promised to review the Marathon GSAR since I first started this channel, and after nearly 8 years of ownership, I definitely have a lot to say. There are both things I love and things that frustrate me, but let's just dive into it. For the record, if there was ever a zombie apocalypse and I could only grab one watch, it would be the Marathon GSAR. These watches are the de facto tactical tool watch for military personnel across various branches worldwide, and for anyone seeking a tool watch that can withstand anything. But does that make the GSAR ideal for everyday wear? Well, that's what I'm here to explore with you. As a former infantry Marine veteran, I've transitioned to a civilian life spent mostly behind a computer and in meetings. So how does the GSAR hold up in this environment? Honestly, it's a little complicated. The Marathon GSAR stands for Government Search and Rescue. It's rooted in a case design from the early 2000s. Although Marathon is a Canadian company, they have contracts with the US military, and this model has a long-standing legacy. But as watches have evolved over the past 20 years, especially with micro brands on the scene, so have watch enthusiast tastes. Is the design of the GSAR outdated or still functional in today's world? That's something I've personally wrestled with. The model I own is the USMC version, which features the Eagle Globe and Anchor proudly on the dial. I knew I wanted this watch from the moment I first saw it about 10 years ago. When I finally found a used example about 8 years ago, it looked like it had seen a lot of action. The wear and tear on the watch only made it more appealing to me, just like if it had a story to tell. The GSAR has about a 41mm case, lug-to-lug measurement just over 48mm, thickness of about 13.8mm, and 20mm lug openings. These numbers make it seem like a standard dive watch, but the way it wears and feels on the wrist does tell a different story. The shallow, flat case back and the chunky 6mm bezel make this watch stand out, literally on your wrist. You will, without a doubt, bang it against door frames from time to time, but it's built to take that kind of abuse. The thick bezel is actually a functional feature, making it easy to manipulate even with tactical gloves on, perfect for military or field operations. The crown, too, is super grippy, but long. So if you wear the watch below your wrist bone, it could dig into your wrist unless you use a NATO strap to lift the watch off your wrist slightly. Now, one of the unique features of the GSAR is the Tritium gas tubes that illuminate both the dial and the hands. Tritium isn't as bright as traditional luminous markers, but it glows continuously, making it perfect for low-light environments. The depth of the tritium tubes necessitates a thicker case, and the raised rehaut provides extra clearance for the hands and the dial. The dial layout is also distinctive. It features both 12 and 24-hour markings. It's ideal for military use. One divisive feature is the date window at the 4:30 marker. It's not common, and on top of that, Marathon doesn't match the date wheel color to the dial, which, that's going to bother some people nowadays. But personally, I find it functional and easy to read. There's also a radiation marker on the dial. Now, that's a nod to the radioactive nature of tritium. While the gas is sealed in tubes and poses no danger to us, it's a feature that sets the GSAR apart. And the tritium has a shelf life of about 25 years. One of the first things you'll notice about the GSAR is its weight. The watch head alone weighs in at 93 grams, and because it sits so tall on the wrist, you have to be really selective with the straps that you're going to go with. Its heft is largely due to the ETA 2824-2 automatic movement, the oversized bezel, and the thick sapphire crystal designed to handle the 300 meters of water resistance. While the exact thickness of the crystal isn't listed on Marathon's website, you can tell it's substantial given the depth rating. So because of this weight and bulk, I would assume that the OEM bracelet would do the best job of keeping the watch balanced and centered on your wrist. That said, if you opt for a strap, you need something sturdy. A flimsy NATO just won't cut it. The watch head will flop around and you'll constantly be adjusting it. You'll need something with more structure to keep the GSAR stable, especially during active wear. Now, when you wear a watch as much as I've worn this GSAR, you're bound to need some servicing eventually. So I sent mine back to Marathon to replace the crown tube and to perform a general service. I shipped the watch to New York, and the Marathon representative took it to Canada for the repairs. Overall, the service was fantastic, except for one minor issue. When I got the watch back, the dial was slightly misaligned, and I know some of you would send it right back for realignment, but I didn't want to wait another 3 months without the watch. It doesn't bother me much, but I'm sure it would, for some of you, it would drive you mad. Anyway, let's talk straps. Finding the right strap for the GSAR has been a bit of a journey. I've tried countless combinations over the years, and what I've learned is that it's all about balance. One of my favorite brands for the strap is Haveston. I've worked with them extensively over the years. This green one-piece canvas NATO from Haveston has been my go-to for years on the GSAR. But recently, they sent me this new FKM rubber strap in this unique camouflage pattern, and they call it the BR52. Now, first of all, it's incredibly comfortable, and I have not been able to take it off my GSAR since I put it on. The camo is based on the distinctive 1982 Berlin Brigade digital scheme, which gives it a military edge that matches the GSAR perfectly. But what I love most about this strap is that it's thin, but it thickens near the quick release pin bars, and it fills the gap between the case and the lugs. This gives the watch a more balanced and aesthetically pleasing look. Haveston's dedication to military history and design really shines through in all of their straps. I highly recommend you check them out. And as you can see here, I've got a lot of their straps and even some of their newer straps right in front of me. So if you're into NATO straps, I've also had a great experience with County Comms options, which are really sturdy and affordable, making them another excellent choice for this watch. As you can see in this video that I have attached here, I've actually done a lot of shooting and firing with firearms with the GSAR, so check it out. Overall, the Marathon GSAR is one of the most unique and purpose-built timepieces in my collection, but it's not without its challenges, mainly in terms of bulk and strap choices. But once you've found the right setup, it's really hard to beat. The GSAR has a distinctive character, and it's not a homage to any other watch on the market. So if you're looking for a timepiece that's as rugged as it is reliable, the GSAR is a solid choice for you. And one final personal story. A few months back, I recommended the GSAR to a friend buying a 20th anniversary gift for her husband, who is a former Army Ranger. Needless to say, he absolutely loves it. This watch is made for those who need a reliable tool on their wrist, but also it's a piece you can wear every day if you don't mind a little extra heft. Anyway, my name is Blake, and as you can see, I'm a little bit of a watchaholic. And my assumption is if you've made it this far, well, you're a bit of a watchaholic too. So, thank you very much for listening in. If you could please like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be great. I've got a lot of great reviews coming your way this fall. Anyway, thanks for listening in. I'll see you in the next video.